Hi, I'm Mark Beauchene.
And I'm Christina Luby, and you're watching New Hampshire's Wild Side.
Great outdoor adventures are closer than you think. Here in New Hampshire, they're in our backyard.
From fighting a bass to exploring New Hampshire's woods, you never know what you'll experience.
Join us as we discover New Hampshire's Wild Side.
Hey guys, I'm Laura from The Morning Buzz, and I'm here for our 9th annual fishing trip with New Hampshire Wild Side, New Hampshire Fish and Game. And this year our high bidder was a woman named Linda, and she actually gifted this package to her friend Ryan Hahn of Barrington.
Yeah.
Hi Ryan.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very excited
Nice
to
to
fish
meet you.
with you this year. Are you nervous?
Oh, very.
Have you heard the fish stories that I'm the best?
I heard them. Hopefully I put them to rest tonight.
I don't think so. We're going to travel Lake Winnipesaukee. I'm going to catch the most bass. I just know it. But thank you very much for donating or having your friend donate,
Yep.
because all the money goes to a great cause.
Awesome.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. May the best man win.
Fish on. Little guy. Look at that little thing. There you go, bud.
So as a kid, did you grow up fishing?
I did a little bit when I was in Florida with my father. It's pretty much where my fishing started, and then it kind of dwindled out for a numerous amount of years while I was kind of in my party phase, and then just recently picked up. About 2 years ago, when I got clean and sober, I was looking for a new hobby, and fishing seemed to be the cheapest and most convenient one.
Now I just need to fish with my pose.
I hope I get something bigger than that. Oh! There you go.
Now we can strike a pose.
Better fish.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's a good one. Look at it. Oh, nice. So jealous. So jealous.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Fish number 2.
Oh boy, this is gonna be quite the war.
Boy, there's something playing right on this side.
Are you messing with me? Fish on. Ooh,
Oh. Just
I'm
stand
standing.
up and catch it.
ooh, there's a fight.
Yeah.
Are you giving pointers over there?
Yeah.
Got him? Oh, they're putting up a fight.
6. Running out of fingers.
I got one.
Oh, that's a decent. Oh, almost had another one.
Oh, sure you did. Nice.
And 7.
7. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Dude, he's a fighter.
Time for this one. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss him for good luck? No, I'm rooting you one. Nice. Oh, fish, fish. Fish.
It's a good one, I can see it.
The biggest fish of the day? at him. Biggest fish of the day.
that's a nice sized pickerel.
Wow. I wish I could hold you up. Oh, wow. Look at, I even have to flex my muscle for this one. Yeah.
Fish on.
I got a fish. Oh.
Better stand up.
Oh, yep. Hi, little guy. Yep. I can eat my.
Little fishy. He's a dancer.
Oh, I had a bite. It must be another little guy. Ooh, did I cross you? Sorry, buddy.
You're good.
I can bump him in.
Every time someone thinks they're gonna win, yeah, they go for a swim.
Yep, they
There
do.
goes all their luck.
I miss them so much.
Hey, there's one, Sits. Fish on. I don't know, 15?
Well, Ryan, I had a great day on Lake Winnipesaukee. It was your first time fishing here?
I had a fantastic time, and Mark taught me a few things that I'll be carrying with me onto Swains Lake, and I dominated, so big victory, Ryan, but she got biggest fish.
Biggest fish. Guess what? I'm the winner again. Laura always wins.
Yep, I guess that's the rules.
Those are the rules.
Hi, Andy Timmons, the Bear Project leader for New Hampshire Fish and Game. It's well after April 1st, and we've discovered this house that still has bird feeders up, which is really something you don't want to do in bear country. Bears are very attracted to bird feeders. Black oil sunflower seed is higher in fat and protein than anything a bear will find during the spring and summer months in New Hampshire, so it becomes a real draw. By having bird feeders out, you're pulling bears into residential areas. Some people think you can have the bird feeders out during the day and then pull them at night, but that really doesn't work because you see all this accumulated seed on the ground. That's still enough to attract a bear. And what we generally see is the bear just starts coming during the day because it knows when the feeder's out. If you want to view birds during the spring and summer, we encourage you to learn about birds and their habitats and go bird watching. Also, you can put a bird bath in your yard, or you can encourage fruit-producing shrubs that birds will utilize for food. But the answer is no on bird feeders when you live in bear country. Bird feeders are one of the leading causes of bear-human conflicts in the state of New Hampshire.
We all have stories to share.
Find New Hampshire Fish and Game on Facebook and share yours.
Bob, you got flies? Yeah. Oh, everybody got flies? Tip it.
A dozen seasoned hikers with limited fishing experience hike into a remote pond. It's here they will fly fish from a float tube for the first time.
Once it's on your back, it's more intimidating. Yeah. It's actually easier to move.
Hiking in with the float tube was really not that bad. It was a little awkward, I guess, but I've done a lot of hiking and backpacking, so I'm pretty comfortable having something on my back. I mean, to get access to such a great, isolated, beautiful pond, I think it was totally worth it. It was cool.
For those seeking the path less traveled, New Hampshire rewards you with a bounty of remote ponds.
Very exciting. When you get your rod set up, make sure, well, like we did yesterday, we do all the safety check. Make sure your tubes are inflated properly, you got everything you need, and you launch properly. Remember how we said? Walk in backwards, get your tube, like I have mine, very close to the water, as close as possible.
New Hampshire's Let's Go Fishing program provides equipment and instruction by expert volunteers.
We're in Thornton, New Hampshire right now, and we're at the end of our Float the Remote program, where we have 12 of the participants out on float tubes, and they're fly fishing in this remote stocked pond for brook trout today. The program started out with them really focusing on being able to understand the safety aspects of being in a float tube, and we started out and taught them how to assemble their rod, how to put the line on, how to put the leader on, what all that different parts of their rod was. Then they started to learn how to cast. And when you're in these tubes, you don't have to cast that far. So we really got them sufficient casting standing up. Then we put them and sat them in the field, and we had them cast it from a sitting position, which is very similar to what they're doing right now out in those float tubes. And then after that, we worked with them a little bit on how to tie the flies onto their leader and the knots they needed. And then we went right down to the water with the tubes, and we were able to get them in the tubes without the fly rods and get them so they were accustomed to using the tube in the water. They practiced casting again, they assembled their rod, tied their own flies onto their leader, and they were fishing right away. We got people on the water day one. A lot of times we find that we spend a lot of time working with people, making sure that they know things that they may never experience in that first couple times that they fish. And the key is for us, or at least we've talked about this as instructors, let's get them out there so that they can get their rod together, get their fly on, and be safe in the water. And then we can add all the other little things.
I think the way that this class was structured was really conducive to helping us pick it up quickly. I mean, there was, like a classroom portion in the morning yesterday, but then we just jumped in and started actually fishing, which for me, someone who learns best by doing, I think most people are that way. It was awesome to actually get in there and start doing it.
Definitely being out there, it's a lot different from fishing in a boat. You're a lot more, you're down, you're close to the water. There's nothing, they're very stable, sort of like sitting in a deck chair out in the middle of the water and just fishing off of a dock. You can move it around. It's really quite nice.
So I had a very successful trip today. I didn't catch anything, not even a nibble. Well, I caught my finger, and I caught a beaver dam over there. But other than that, a very successful trip. It's not about the fish. It's great when you catch one, but to think about where you are at this time, out in the mountains, away from the road, it's fabulous.
As far as hiking in somewhere and fishing there, with the stuff they've taught us, I think it would be good. Give us a good overview of knots and safety and the gear that you need and how to use it, and enough that you feel like you know what you're doing, but not so much that you feel overwhelmed by all of the info.
I'm just kind of gliding along the water, very peaceful. I mean, I would probably just go out in that and maybe not even fish sometimes because it was just so fun to move around in it.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of New Hampshire's Wild Side.
We sure had a lot of fun bringing it to you.
Join us next time as we discover more ways to connect you to life outdoors.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. To learn more about life outdoors and New Hampshire Fish and Game, check out these videos and subscribe.